Chevrolet's Inside High School Sports is brought to you by the Houston area Chevy dealers. Visit your nearest Chevy dealer to test drive our award-winning products.
Good morning and welcome into another season of Chevrolet's Inside High School Sports. I'm Matt Musil. Over the next 2 weeks, we'll get you set for what promises to be another exciting season of Houston area high school football. This area always seems to be a hotbed of talented football players and a must-stop for college recruiters. The Katy Tigers are well known for producing some of the top running backs in the state, and DeAndre Glass is the latest in a long line of standouts at that position. At 5'11" and 190, Glass has all the attributes that coaches love. Speed, balance, and great vision have led to offers from some of the nation's top programs. He ran for nearly 2,000 yards and 30 scores as a sophomore last season, and only figures to get better as a junior. The District 19-6A MVP will likely carry Katy to yet another deep run this fall. One of the area's top returning signal callers is Stratford High School's Mark Murdoch. Last season as a junior, he tossed 15 touchdowns and led the Spartans to the playoffs in a tough district that includes state semifinalist Klein Collins. As one of 9 returning starters, Stratford figures to make a deeper run of the playoffs this year with a great leader at the most important position on the field. Next up is one of the deepest receiving corps that the greater Houston area has seen in years. It's headlined by A-League Taylor wideout Brennan Eagles. Eagles helped lead the Lions to a 9-1 record last year, catching 55 passes, 15 of those for touchdowns. A first-round playoff loss to Dickinson put a damper on an otherwise outstanding season. Eagles hopes to lead Taylor to another run this year, and after graduation, he'll stay in-state to attend the University of Texas. Joining Eagles at UT will be Lamar standout Alvonte Woodard. At 6'1", 190, Woodard has the perfect combination of speed and size for his position. This showed on the field last year as he caught 15 touchdowns and nearly 1,000 yards worth of balls, and 21 yards per catch. The thought of Eagles and Woodard at the University of Texas has Longhorn fans excited about what lies ahead, but Woodard already has a talented group of teammates at Lamar. Look for the Texans to make a lot of noise in the playoffs later this fall. The last receiver in our group is arguably the most dynamic of the bunch. Jalen Preston is rated as the 8th best receiver in the nation by ESPN and has an offer list to reflect it. After averaging 20 yards a catch last season and 10 touchdowns, he drew offers from many of the sport's biggest names, including Texas, Texas A&M, and Oklahoma. After going 4 rounds deep last year, Preston and the Mavericks have their sights set on the state championship in Arlington this December. Mustafa Muhammad is a 3-year varsity starter with a prototypical NFL-type body. The bulky veteran caught 31 passes for 438 yards and 4 touchdowns last season. Rated as the #1 tight end in his class, Muhammad is one of the best players ever to come through the Ridgepoint program. He's narrowed his list of potential colleges to 10, including Texas A&M and Ohio State, amongst others. On the other side of the ball for the Ridgepoint Panthers, Chad Bailey was a headache for opposing offenses in his junior season. He compiled an impressive stat line that included 99 tackles, 5 sacks, and 2 interceptions. Like his teammate, Bailey has yet to decide where he will play his college ball, though he has no shortage of offers. Bailey and Muhammad are 2 big reasons why Panther fans are excited to get the season underway. One of the area's best defensive talents can be found at Katy Taylor. Max Wright was a dominant force for the Mustangs last season as he recorded 78 tackles and 10 sacks. At 6'5" and 275, he's an impressive specimen with enough athleticism to play on the offensive side of the ball, especially in goal line situations. His combination of size and speed made him a fixture in opponents' backfields, and that caught the attention of Kevin Sumlin. Wright is verbally committed to play for him at Texas A&M. The next big-time defensive talent to come through Angleton has arrived. At 6'2" and 185, B.J. Foster has been dominant on both sides of the ball for the Wildcats. In college, he'll follow in the footsteps of past Angleton stars Quentin Jammer and Condre Diggs by playing defensive back at the University of Texas. Foster is a physical safety who isn't afraid to come up and make a tackle. He has a nose for the football, also recording a pair of interceptions as a sophomore. After his junior season ended early due to a knee injury, Foster is looking to bounce back in a big way for the Wildcats in this, his senior season. It looks like a number of those young men have very bright futures in store, and it will be fun to track their progress throughout the 2017 season and beyond. More than 40 years ago, one of the best linebackers in football history spent the summer here in Houston getting ready for his senior season at Worthing High School. Today, you know him as NFL Hall of Famer Mike Singletary. The Pro Football Hall of Fame in Canton, Ohio is the final resting place for the greatest players ever to have stepped onto the gridiron. It's the most exclusive of clubs, with membership being limited only to the most decorated athletes. In 1998, Chicago Bears middle linebacker Mike Singletary took his rightful place among the immortals of the game. In a career that spanned 12 years, Singletary amassed more than 1,300 tackles and earned 10 trips to the Pro Bowl. His playing days at Soldier Field have been over for quite a while now, but he still cherishes the days when he roamed the field sideline to sideline. A tremendous accomplishment, considering that for most of his career, he was considered too small to play at the highest level.
It was amazing. It was, I really can't put it into words. It was really a phenomenal feeling to know that this is one of my goals. I felt tremendously blessed to be able to have the opportunity to play in the NFL.
Now in his late 50s, Singletary is happily retired, married to his longtime sweetheart, Kim, and an empty nester with all 7 of his children now out of the house. The passion that drove him to be one of the best ever to play the game now fuels him to learn more about the head trauma that has plagued so many of his fellow competitors. As a spokesman for concussions at UT Southwestern, he's immersed himself in understanding the complexities of CTE and head trauma.
For me, it was very natural as a former football player and a coach to look at that situation and be able to give parents some kind of information when they ask you, well, what about this whole concussion issue? Should I let my son play? So before I could really answer that question, I had to do more research. Guys, one of the first things we want to talk about in making a safe tackle is to make sure that you come to balance. The game has changed a lot. As a matter of fact, today, I think when I was playing, I could see parents being afraid to let their kids play. I mean, it was all out. I mean, you could get a quarterback and slam him. You could take a running back and throw him out of bounds. I mean, there's a number of things you could do. But today, they've done a lot of things to protect the player, particularly the quarterback and receivers. As I'm working here, these blockers are coming at me.
Singletary is the only graduate of Baylor to be inducted into the Pro Football Hall of Fame, and in recent years has spent time at his alma mater, giving back to the program that helped propel him to stardom at the professional level. Unlike many of those that he competed with and against, he has not suffered any long-term effects from his days on the football field. That's due in large part to his understanding of how to use proper techniques.
I don't think we're really looking at it from a totality standpoint in terms of what can we do overall. If on the defensive side of the ball that I really, as a coach, really focus on and pay attention to the detail of tackling, not only am I going to lower my risk of having a head injury, but I'm also going to make it better for the guy that I'm tackling. I'm not going to be so reckless and out of control. I'm going to be in good position. My face is going to be up. My neck is going to be in the right situation. My neck is going to be tucked in my shoulders. I'm going to make a good tackle, a safe tackle, and the guy should get up and he should be in good shape. That's the process. I'll do it.
And a big thank you to Mike Singletary for spending some time with us. There's plenty more to come on Chevy's Inside High School Sports this morning.